everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Abby. In today's video I'm going to be giving you 5 reasons why you should do a master's degree, and in amongst there's going to be some kind of opposites to the reasons that I say, which will suggest why you should not do a master's degree as well. But these reasons are going to be aside from the obvious, which is you like the subject and you want to do it. But these are some reasons that I've kind of come across and thought of when I've been doing my masters. For reference, I did a BA Hons in English Literature and Language, and then I went on to do an MSc in International Marketing. So that's the kind of context for this video, and I'm kind of just going to be elaborating on some of the reasons that I can think of and some of the reasons that my peers did their masters. And yeah, hopefully it can help you out if you are struggling to make a decision on this kind of topic. So the first reason why you should do a master's is if you want to widen your career prospects, your career options, the fields that you can go into after education by studying a postgraduate degree in a different subject than the one that you studied your undergraduate degree in. So obviously this is what I did, and I went on to a conversion course, like a conversion masters, where it was a course that was suitable for people who hadn't studied the subject before. So if you are wanting to kind of change track, do a different subject than you've done before, make sure that you check whether the course that you want to apply for is actually a conversion course and whether you will actually be able to do it well, succeed at it, not drown in the depths of despair. So yeah, you'll definitely want to check that out so that, you know, you're saving yourself, you're helping yourself out by checking that. Either it'll probably say it on the course specifics, like what the course involves, or if it doesn't say that, just send an email, just ask them. That's quite an important point to think about and check out as well, even if you are staying on the same subject that you have previously been doing, because a conversion course might mean that you are kind of going over some of the same topics that you've already gone over, and you might just want to move on to more topics, more advanced things you haven't done. So definitely check out the content of the course and check whether it's suitable for you. Ooh, my postman's here. Ooh, sorry about that, I just had to get my post. Let's see if I can get into the same position again. I feel like a therapist. I mean, it's not going to be exactly the same, is it? But who cares? So doing a different subject at postgraduate level than you have at undergraduate level is really a good idea if your interests have changed or they're likely to change. If you've realised you want to do something different than what you did at undergraduate level, you know, maybe you did something that you've always been good at and now you're like, would I want a career in that? Or because you want to have multiple options available to you so that you can kind of look at as many routes as you might be interested in, just to kind of give yourself a wide field to look at, and then you can kind of give yourself more time to decide what exactly you want to do. The second reason why you should do a master's is if you want to give yourself more time to decide what you want to do with your life. If you've got the time, the effort and the financial means to do a master's, it means that you don't have to rush into getting a job, just any job, for the sake of it, because you feel pressured, because you feel rushed, because you feel panicked. Doing a master's will give you the time that you need to kind of figure out what you actually want to do with your life, what will make you happy, what you're passionate about, what you're good at, without wasting time. So you'll be working towards something, you'll be productive, you'll get something at the end of it, but you're giving yourself time, but you're not just doing nothing. If you need the time and you can do a master's, then you're giving yourself time, but you're also working towards an impressive qualification that could actually help you decide what you want to do. It could push you in the right direction that you want to go in, but you'll be being productive at the same time. So I feel like it is a good option if you literally have no idea what you want to do, but you don't want to rush into getting a job just for the sake of it, and you have the time, effort and financial means to do it, I do feel like it's a good option. So I was kind of in a similar situation to this. So I applied for my master's probably about 1 or 2 weeks before my graduation date. So I had fully finished my BA degree. I was very lost, very unsure, very panicky, and so I applied for what some people might call a panic masters. And this is obviously a thing, it's a term that people use to describe it when they've reached the end of their degree, they have no other plans, they're kind of lost, they don't know what to do, they don't know where to go, so they're just like, I'll just do another degree. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because people are so in a rush these days to just get something for the sake of it, just get a job. And I don't think there's anything wrong with a panic masters. If that's what you need to do, you do it. So if you've got the resources, the means and the motivation to continue on in education, it's definitely not the worst thing that you could be doing in a time where you're not really sure what you want to do. But all the same, don't just do it for the sake of it, because it just won't be worth it. The motivation is probably the biggest thing that you need. Your finances are kind of covered if you want to take out another year of your student loan, but you can't apply for motivation. You need that to come from within yourself. So yeah, just don't do it for the sake of it, because you will hate yourself if you've enrolled yourself into another year of education at master's level, which is incredibly hard. Yeah, just don't do it to yourself if it's not what you actually want to do. The third reason why you should do a master's is it gives you the opportunity to experience more, whether that's a new location, a new university, a new subject, new friends, whatever. Now is the time in your life when you are allowed and able to be the most selfish that you can be, where you don't have as many responsibilities, you don't have things holding you back. You need to use this time to be as selfish as you want to be. And if you want to live that student life for just a little bit longer, then you do you. Make the most of being able to be selfish, because once you embark on that adult life, getting a house, getting a mortgage, moving in with someone, getting married, having children, all of that good stuff, you are adding on more responsibilities and more things that you need to think of before yourself. So take this time to be selfish. If you're able to be selfish, then don't feel bad about it. Don't feel pressured to just get a grad job in a field that you absolutely hate because that's what everybody else is doing. Don't do that. You do you. You do what makes you happy. You do what you want to do. And doing a master's might open completely new doors which you never expected, and it might just set you up for a great little life. The fourth reason why you should do a master's is if you need it to continue with your desired career. Of course, this is a bit of a given that if you wanted to do that career, you would know that you would have to get a master's, but definitely something to check out if you have a career in mind. Check whether you need a master's. I'm not sure on a lot of careers which would definitely essentially require a master's. It might be more of a job title thing rather than just the career. It might be more of like, if you are going for a higher type of position, then it might be an essential requirement that you have a master's. But definitely in terms of if you wanted to be an academic in your subject, or you wanted to do a PhD in your subject, or you know, you're wanting to go on to lecture people at university, those types of career moves are what I would think you would need definitely a master's for. But in terms of more general career paths, I wouldn't worry about having a master's in that subject in order for you to pursue it. But if you have your heart set on one specific career, one specific job title, a specific role, then definitely check out whether you would need a master's for it. But I don't think it would generally be an essential requirement for general jobs, but definitely in terms of academics, PhDs, university lecturers, things like that. I think it's that if you want to be a university lecturer, you have to have the qualification higher than the one that you're teaching at. So if you wanted to teach undergraduate, you would need a postgraduate degree. If you wanted to teach postgraduate, you would need a PhD, that type of thing. But obviously, I'm sure if you've got that dream career in your head where you need a master's, you'll know that you need to do the master's. And the fifth and final reason why you should do a master's is if you want to give yourself an edge in the job world. Obviously, it's incredibly competitive, especially now. So if you want to give yourself that little bit of an edge against other people, then you know it's a good idea. I wouldn't say to do a master's to get yourself an edge by literally just having masters of whatever on your CV. I wouldn't say do a master's to get yourself an edge in that way. I would say you will get an edge from either honing your skills if you are studying the same subject that you did at your bachelor's level, or you're enhancing and diversifying your skill set by doing a different subject than the one that you did at undergraduate level. But it won't be much of an edge if you just have masters on your CV but you've got nothing to show for it. For example, if you didn't actually put effort into or care about your masters, what you've learned from it, the outcome of it, if you literally just wanted the masters of whatever on your CV, that won't really give you an edge. Not gonna lie. It'll give you an edge from what you learn and what you get out of it, not from the title. So that's definitely the biggest reason not to do a master's, is if you just want to be impressive, to have that title just for the sake of it. So those are my 5 reasons why you should do a master's. So hopefully if you were contemplating a master's at all, one of those reasons has come up in this video. Obviously, aside from the fact that if you want to do one, great. If you're interested in that subject and you want to study it further, great. You've got your solid reasons there. It's definitely not easy. It's not an easy option at all. But I would say if any of those reasons have resonated with you, just go for it, because as much as it's time consuming, finance consuming, effort consuming, everything like that, it is rewarding in the end. And it's rewarding along the way as well. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe if you're not already. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.